Hey everybody, welcome to New York City. It's Sunday, it's November, and here I am. Right behind me, when the bus goes by, that is the Metropolitan Museum of Art. I'm here right on East 83rd Street at the amazing Kieran McKenna Salon, where I see my color clients every day. Today I'm going to teach you some really great technique and ideas, and I'm going to be using a couple products from Rusk. One is their wonderful cream lightener, which I say has the power of a powder lightener, but the gentleness, control, and conditioning of a cream. I'm also going to be using their liquid demi called Deep Shine Gloss. And more important, this is about you, your client, making a person feel great, and this wonderful beauty business. So come on inside, we're going to have a great day. So here's our wonderful model who has lovely, healthy, shiny hair. It is fine, and someone attempted balayage on this hair, which is not bad, but balayage painting does give the client a melted look, and the hair doesn't have to be done as frequently, but she felt the colorist told her she would get lighter, and she did not. I think all over lightening would be tough on this type of hair, but I do want to add some pizzazz and more brightness around her face. And so what I'm going to be doing is highlighting the hair using cream bleach, something really special. And this is called Deep Shine Cream Bleach. I am amazed that this product is as powerful as a powder lightener, but has conditioning and wonderful control just like a cream does. I mixed it with 20 volume developer, and I'm going to be low lighting her hair with Deep Shine Gloss. I've mixed some 5G and 4CH because I want to take away some of this reddish, but just in patches, because if I put a low light, and really we don't low light with liquids, but we can create shadows, little reflex. When we put a little depth next to the light, it makes the light look lighter. Notice it's this portion of the head, from this crown up, right here and up, that really do need more attention because she's awfully dark here. So it's okay if she's very scattered, highlighted underneath, but when we get to the crown, even if we're going to melt through, she's not a candidate for a giant melt. So we are at a level 5-6, natural lightest brunette, dark blonde. She's been bleached before. I think they took it off too early because it's only up to an orangey golden, not quite blonde. But her hair, as it grows out of the head, although it is fine, she has very healthy hair and her scalp's in great shape. So again, simultaneous highlighting with cream lightener, low lighting with liquid demi or shadow lighting. And I'm going to be doing a zigzag pattern with my long foil, my artistic foil, Beth Minardi. It's available at United Beauty Supply, and my short foil. Let's start. I'm going to start in the back, and I'm going to section the hair a little differently today. I'm going to start at the top of her ear and go to the center. You'll notice I paint the hair, but I do paint the hair using foil. That's just my way. You can use saran, you can use whatever you want, or you can just brush it on. That's up to you, but I really prefer, this is painting the hair, but I'm using foil. So I'm going to weave this off her scalp, right off the scalp. I don't take an extra step. And if she were at the beach, God wouldn't give her highlights in every piece down to her scalp. So I hold my brush vertically, and I lighten or create motion, lightness, mids to ends. And look what I do, crooked at the top, because a highlight wouldn't come out of the head like a band. So that's where I have restricted the lightener. So again, I'm going to take the next section down, and I'm going to really make an effort to do this on an angle, not straight across. I'm really going to go on a little bit of an angle. There you are. Make sure that you keep the field clean. You will need to keep that hair that you're not highlighting up and away. And again, I'm going to weave right off the scalp. On a person like this, if you slice the hair, you'll have a big whomper there, but it won't look very pretty. And on this one, I might go, in case she wears her hair up one day, a little closer to the scalp on one side. and almost nothing in the middle. And then again, on the other side, making sure to saturate the ends. I love doing this. It really does make a tremendous difference. Now, to get a little pop in there, let's slice in, and you can slice a low light, because a low light doesn't have to go down to the scalp. So I'm going to notch out a piece of this, and this is where I'm going to use my Deep Shine Gloss to create a deeper reflect in this hair length. And really, it's not important to go to the root here, because my formula is about the same level as her hair. I just want to catch that little lighter end of the hair. Again, folding in from the left. If you're right-handed, you're going to fold in from the right. Again, slicing across. And here we go, weaving up and down, 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 right off the scalp, folks. And voila. Here at our salon in New York, most of our clients love dimension in the hair. Okay, and I might take, let's see, one tiny little hair on the side under here, and flip in just a little tiny shot of depth. Now, usually I go one whole side of the head and then the other, but because I'm teaching you today, let's echo what I did on this side, on her left side. And again, there's no reason to go all the way down to the root, but as we get toward the top of the head, the sun would have, if she were walking on a beach, the sun would have hit her a little stronger as we move toward the top. So I'm just going to paint a little crooked striae here, but bring it a little closer. And we're almost finished with this section. I think 2 more pieces and the lower nape will be completely wrapped up. Notice I'm trying to do everything on angles and straight, and angles and straight, so we don't look like we have yipes stripes in the head. We've all been doing hair and we think, oh dear God, why does it look like stripe, white stripe? And then when it dries, it looks a little better, but it can create some anxiety. Again, I'm painting, and I'm a little crooked, so it looks like it grew out of the head, and some was hit by the sun, and other pieces were not hit by the sun. So you see what they did before. Here's where they left out her regrowth. Here's where they painted the hair. And it's not bad, but there isn't much. She's almost monochromatically blonde here. So we want to make sure we see some depth as well as some, and she had no light at all here. And even if they want to be melted, you should at least bring some light to this area and then comb down, because if not, everything kind of disappears and the woman just walks out kind of like, not a sexy melt, but hey, I need hair color. And by the way, this is not bad. It's just not enough for this special New York City lady. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to weave and weave and weave and weave and weave and weave and weave. And on some of these highlights, I'm going to go rather close to the scalp. Okay? So, voila. Here we go. And of course, no straight line at the top. Zig, 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 zigzag, so it looks like it's real hair that grew out. Okay? Now, the problem we have in this part of the head is those ends were all light. So when I comb this down, you can see that this is all blonde. So why don't I take a rather interesting section here. But see how these ends are really light? So what I'm going to do is pick up that light piece, pick up that light piece, and pick up this light piece. Leave some of it down, but I'm going to say, let's deepen this one. Let's put a reflect piece of shiny depth with a chocolate and gold at level 5, chocolate 6, 5 gold, deep shine mixed with the Zero Lift Developer, just to get rid of that kind of nothing. It's not blonde, it's not brown, it's not anything color. Because when you put dark next to light, the dark makes the light look lighter. But most of you guys already know that. Okay, so this is the widest part of her head. Most clients. So you can see those two strong highlights that were placed a long time ago. They look pretty good, but they grew out. It looks like somebody did some foil a while ago. Okay, so let's slice, skip, slice, skip, slice. And I think I'm going to use my long foil here to let it drape down. I love my long 7 by 14 foil, and we fold it in half. And I'm going to start painting, and I'm going to go pretty close to the scalp, but I'm still going to be, notice it's like a saw. It's like the teeth of a saw, or, you know, a mountain, a valley, a mountain, a valley, a mountain, a valley. And I'm painting. So I'm opening my foil because I'm going to wide part her head. Look what I can do. Open this. This is 7 inches wide, which I love. And I'm going to do something really very, you see I'm saturating. She needs blonde here. She needs blonde here. She needs a little bit here, but she's really brunette here. And this is where I'm going to really still be a little impressionistic. Saw the mountain, the valley, the mountain, the valley, and the mountain. Voila. Okay, now this is where you really have to please, even if you're melting, go at least a little bit close, right at the back of the noggin here, because there needs to, this is where, think about it, if the sun, if she were walking in the sun, this is the part of the hair that would be hit, right here. Come on. So, we're doing a mountain and a valley, and a mountain, and a valley, and then a big mountain over there. Leaving out these previously really lightened in. Okay, everybody, so now you see the back of the head is up, and now what I've done is parted her hair in the center, and I always do that on a neutral, almost always on a neutral part, because later Shavon's going to be here to give her a fabulous haircut. But if most people, the highest point in their head is the middle of the top. So I'm part it there, and you'll see I'm going to be placing the foil on a strong angle around the face, because that stronger the angle, the more pop she'll get. But I will zigzag. I'll be doing some of the foils horizontally, a lot of them around the face. So here's the front, everyone, her right side of her front of the hair. Notice right around the face, if people just place foil horizontally, you won't get enough pop here. So you won't see enough fun pieces coming forward if she wants to wear her hair in a ponytail or anything. So I know I'm going to be zigging and zagging and weaving and slicing, but most of all, right around the face, I'm going to be going almost vertically. And I'm going to use a long artistic foil. And paint. Now beginning to work toward the face. Remember to go very close to the ear. If you don't, people will think their hair's black down here. I love how this lightener simply does not fluff up. Now notice I'm changing angles. I'm really zig, zag. So you see, I'm really at the face frame, and that's going to look so nice when she chooses to slick her hair back or whatever. People should have the option if they wish to. Really good hair color is not so placed that if a woman decides to change her hairstyle one day, the color no longer works. Most of us can't live that way, where someone's styling and coloring us at our whim. And most of us like to go to a salon every 4, 6, 10 weeks to have our hair colored. And of course, highlighting is great because the closer a person stays to their natural with highlights woven in, or lowlights woven in, the longevity is so much more. And frankly, it's easier on the hair and on the pocketbook. But the hair looks spectacular. Now I'm going to place a foil horizontally, just so I can get out of that stripe, stripe, stripe situation. Up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. And a little crooked here. There's a mountain going down to the valley, and then a little shorter mountain there. And then right on top of that, drag the hair forward so you pick up that hair that's right at the hairline. Foil underneath. Boom, 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 boom. I really want this close because this is the hairline. Sometimes we actually go back and redo the hairline again if we really want to create a really strong look. But I think today we're going to be just fine because she's getting just what she needs. I'm going to take another big zig. And notice what I see here. I see an old highlight that I'm going to cut out and low light later. But I am going to create a new highlight. And I'm really going to melt this one in so that not everything goes down to the scalp. And I'm not going to deepen it roots to ends, because if God had her in the sun, nature might leave her a little lighter on those tippity ends. I just twisted out the foil. You are painting living fiber. If you like to do this for a living, you are certainly painting living fiber. She's got some little curly hairs here, these club hairs that women get. She also had bangs cut in her hair, which we're going to deal with later today and reconfigure them. So these little whorls she has, you can't ignore them. So we're almost finished with this section, and in an attempt not to bore you, I'm not going to show you my wrapping up the next side. You'll see her finished and wrapped. And if you're paid for view, or if you're purchasing this video, you can just go back and rewatch how this side's going up. Same thing on the other side. Okay, so I'm all finished wrapping my lady up here. And so what I'm gonna do now is get the roller ball, process her for 15 minutes. So now our model Sabrina is at the sink, getting her hair rinsed. All the highlights and the lowlights are coming out. Shavon just gave her an amazing haircut that you'll see on video. Shavon is here with us at Kieran McKenna. He's amazing, and I'm being assisted by the one and only Doug McIntosh, who's been with me as a friend and a co-worker for years, and David Maderich doing makeup. I'll be glazing the hair with demi-gloss. It's our Rusk Deep Shine Gloss. 1 ounce of clear, which I rarely use, 1 ounce of 8A, which is a level 8 ash, and a ½ ounce of BN, the beige neutral. I don't apply glazes at the sink and just smush it all over. All of us know that the hair closer to the scalp takes color a little more balanced and predictably, and those ends take color rapidly. I'm going to apply to the regrowth first and then immediately bring the glaze onto the ends. She'll process at room temperature for 10 minutes, and you'll see her back after Shavon blows her hair dry. P.S. One of my favorite things to use on blondes is the Deep Shine Color Depositing Beige. This is a really cool beige because it's not too ashy, it's not warm, it's very delicate, it's like candlelight. It's a great thing to also retail to the blonde client. Not to use every single time she washes her hair, but about every 3rd time.
1, 2, 3.
Here we are at the finish of our wonderful hair color and hair design makeover with Sabrina. And the mask is off for just a second. David Maderich did a fab job on the makeup. But look, the orange is gone. The highlights are light. And it's very funny. I actually added a little depth to her hair with these little reflects that I did with the Rusk the sheer gloss. And you know, what's interesting is, because I eliminated the orange and made the highlights a pale golden blonde or yellow blonde, she looks and feels lighter, even though they introduced more depth, because there was just the ends were just one monochromatic color. And I do like the ends to be lighter than the rest of the hair, but I do like the hair to look really sexy and chic and shiny. Nobody has ever said in all my years of working on clients that they needed their hair to be less shiny. Most people want their hair to be shiny. She looks beautiful. She has fine hair, but the haircut really released everything. And the Deep Shine Gloss from Rusk really did a great job glazing her, putting some dimension in the hair. And the cream lightener that Rusk has really did help the hair lift like crazy, but not be all burned and dry. So as I always say, first do no harm. And what do you think, lady? You like it?
I love it.
Yeah, she looks great.
you.
We're delighted to have her with us here at Kieran McKenna Salon today. Shavon did a fab job with the cut and the design. Mr. David Maderich did fab makeup. And we're delighted that Shakir and Brian and the wonderful Doug McIntosh is here to help me. Thank you so much, everybody. And remember, dream big, always do your best, and always dream in color. See you more later. Bye.